The summer's here, which means the major European seasons are over. The 2024-25 English season was a fun one, so let's talk about it. This season's Premier League was a fun one, and I'm not just saying that because Liverpool won the league. I'm saying that as a fan of football. I loved watching it. Loved watching mid-table games, the Brighton, Bournemouth, Brentford, Fulham's, Palace. They were some fun teams to watch. Really enjoyed it. You see the top four. You got Liverpool winning it Slots first season thanks to Mo Salah. Man City, Arsenal, Chelsea also get top four. Arsenal comes second once again. City, a little bit of a drop off, but they're still in there. Still get Champions League spots. Chelsea at one point looked like they could have mounted a title run. Kind of fell off. Got a little consistent. That's the youthful inexperience that Chelsea have their squad, but they still get top four. Still get Champions League. Newcastle, they've also got Champions League spot this year. They end up finishing fifth, but because of the new format and the fact that European competition, English teams did so well, winning, Spurs winning the trophy, other teams just doing well, getting far into the competition, ends up getting English another Champions League spots, which goes to Newcastle. Aston Villa, they also right there for Champions League football, end up finishing sixth. Europa League for them, another step forward for them. Yes, they just had Champions League this past season. They gave PSG, the champions, a run for their money, but they're in the Europa League, and I think that they really could make a good run at the Europa League trophy. Forest, on the other hand, they were so close all season to an incredible story of qualifying for Champions League, fall off right at the end up with Conference League football. Crystal Palace, they end up getting Europa League football as well through the FA Cup, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. Tottenham, all the way down in 17th place, incredibly win the Europa League and end up getting Champions League football despite finishing 17th. Now, the three teams going down: Leicester City, Ipswich, Southampton. Southampton historically bad. Leicester, Ipswich, not good enough. Nowhere good enough. You never really thought they were going to stay up. We'll see how next season things fall into place. That just wasn't good from them. Mo Salah was the king. He's the king of Egypt. He's the king of Liverpool. He carried Liverpool to this trophy. Ends up with 29 goals, 18 assists, leading both of those categories. Wins the Golden Boot, wins the Playmaker Award, wins Player of the Season. Absolutely blistering form all year, especially early on. Now, Alexander Isak, he also great year. 23 goals for him, career year for him. Fantastic stuff for Newcastle. Erling Haaland, it just does Erling Haaland things. Scores goals. Despite Man City struggles, despite Haaland being injured throughout parts of the year, he still bags 22, still finishes third. Assist-wise, like I said, Mo Salah, 18 assists. You kind of expect it. But what's insane is you've got this Liverpool side with Darwin Núñez and Diogo Jota up front. Jota, I love him. Just this year, injuries have killed him. Could not get consistent, could not get good minutes, could not find the back of the net at all. But Mo Salah still provides, still gets goals, still gets assists. Jacob Murphy in there with 12 assists this year. Incredible stuff from him. Fantastic work from him. Career year for him. And Anthony Elanga, you see him right there, 11 assists for Nottingham Forest. Key reason their success. A lot of credit goes to Chris Wood, banging in goals all season. Fantastic stuff for him. But Anthony Elanga, sold by United as a reject. He comes up and absolutely delivers for Nottingham Forest. Gets them goals, gets them assists. Key and crucial for their success and trip to Europe this season. All his first 20 games this season, he ends up with only 3 blanks. 17 of those first 20 games, he had a goal contribution. Maybe 17 goals, you think? 17 goals and assists? No. 19 goals and 13 assists in his first 20 games in the league this season. So yeah, he ended up slowing off, finishes with 29 goals, 18 assists, but still, incredible stuff from him. Incredible season for him. Wins Player of the Year, wins the Premier League, very much deserves every accolade he got this season. To do it in that way and that numbers is just incredible as it is, but then to do it at 32 years old, incredible stuff. This is also Arne Slot's first season as Liverpool manager. Comes over from Feyenoord, doing something thought to be impossible, replacing Jurgen Klopp. Comes in and does a great job. Comes from Feyenoord, from the Netherlands, younger guy. He actually played against Virgil van Dijk when Van Dijk was coming up at Edenveen in the Netherlands, in the Dutch league. But Slut absolutely ripped the league apart with a squad. One signing, Federico Chiesa for 10 million, barely used this season. So you got to give Slot so much credit because it was an incredible job from him. It's fantastic stuff. On the other side, Forest, they had a wild, wild ride. So much of the season. A lot of people even thought at one point, maybe, just maybe, we were going to go ahead and see another Leicester City type season. Didn't happen. See, they were top 4 for so much of the season. Comes the final 9 games, Forest kind of fell off the cliff. Their final 9 games, they finished with 3 wins. That's it. Just 3 wins for them. It's unfortunate. I feel it kind of hurts a little bit, but yet nobody expected them to even get close to Europe. They're so close to relegation the year before. Everyone kind of picked them for around there. They end up getting all the way up to European football. So great stuff when Forest and Nuno Espirito Santo, because what incredible stuff work done from them. Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur. Awful seasons in the league, both of which they actually face each other in Europa League final. Incredible stuff. Spurs win their first trophy in 17 years. It's a Europa League final, but then Spurs are Spursy. They finished 17th in the league, 1 spot just above the relegation. They win the Europa League and sack their manager. They sack Ange Postecoglou after winning a trophy. I understand it. I feel bad for the guy. I like him. Not the best manager, no, but I think he's a good dude. He's upstanding guy. He's honest. He speaks his mind. I feel bad for him to an extent, but at the same time, how Spursy can Spursy be? They do sign Thomas Frank as their manager. I like Thomas Frank a lot. I really respect him coming from Brentford. He's gonna have more money, more of a squad. He's got a young squad, a lot of dynamic pieces. I'm curious on what he's gonna do. Manchester United, it's not looking good. You see, they sacked Ten Hag partway through the season and bring in Ruben Amorim from Sporting, and then they got worse. They finished 15th in the league. They just didn't do much. You never knew if they were going to win, if they were going to lose. They could win by 6 or they could get crushed by 8. Every week it was just nonstop inconsistency. You could just never count on them to do anything, really. And you had to question what the plan was. And you still question, I'm still sitting here questioning what the summer is going to behold. They've signed Mateus Cunha from Wolves. But other than that, I haven't seen him really linked with much. Maybe a goalie here and there, but there's not much activity, it seems like. It's still June, partway through June. Still a lot of summer to go before the season kicks off. But at the same time, season's middle August. They need to get working, and they need to get working quick because this squad is rough, and they very much easily could finish back around 14th, 15th if they don't get the work soon. But like we were talking about Southampton before, let's go over how bad they actually were. They finished with 12 points. 1 point more than that historically awful, the worst Premier League season of all time, that 07-08 Derby County team. And so much of the season, everyone really thought that was going to happen. They were going to finish with less than 11 points. They just get over the line, but they still broke some records. See, they actually became the first team to lose 30 games in a Premier League season. Even back when the league was 42 games, nobody lost 30. Southampton did this year. It's incredible. It's remarkably how bad that they were. They also were relegated the earliest of anybody. They were relegated with the most games left to play in the Premier League history, with I think it was 6 games left. Incredibly, awfully, historically bad. And like I said before, FA Cup glory goes to Crystal Palace, their first ever major trophy. Huge congratulations to them. They end up winning at Wembley, beating Man City 1-0 thanks to an Eberechi Eze goal in the first half. Had a goal disallowed. Dean Henderson saves a pen. Probably should have been sent off for a handball, but it doesn't matter. Crystal Palace wins their first ever major trophy, beating Man City in the final. Man City ended up going trophyless this season. Incredible stuff. Crystal Palace, huge credit to them. So happy for them. They deserve it. Their fans deserve it. It was incredible, incredible stuff from them. Well done, Palace. See, in the EFL Cup, we got to see another historic trophy drought end. Newcastle, they pick up their first trophy since 1955. Incredible stuff from them. They beat Liverpool 2-1 at Wembley earlier this season. Goals: Alexander Isak, Dan Burn, both getting goals for Newcastle. Fede Chiesa ends up getting his goal for Liverpool in the final. Too little, too late from them though. But huge congratulations to Newcastle. Again, fans over the moon. Some of them generations haven't seen them win a trophy, and they finally got it, and they finally got to celebrate together. They deserved it on the day. They deserved it on the season. So huge congratulations for Newcastle. Now on to the championship. You see, with the 3 teams dropping down, means 3 teams got to come up. Who are they? Well, Leeds win the championship on the final day on 100 points. On goal difference, Burnley just below them, also 100 points, less goals though. You see, Leeds, they just scored more, scoring 95 goals this year, only allowed 30. Burnley, only scoring 69 goals. Kind of rough, not great for them. Got them over the line, got them to 100 points, got them their automatic promotion, but you concede 16 goals in a 46-game season. You would expect to be first place, but they just didn't have a consistent, reliable out-and-out number 9 to get them turn some of those 16 draws into wins. Any of them, they win the league, and they could probably win this league comfortably. Their commitment to the defense is incredible. Watching some of their games, every man that's on the field wants to defend, and they cannot concede goals. It's incredible stuff from them. The playoffs, you had Sheffield United, Sunderland, Coventry, and Bristol City all vying for that final spot at Wembley, that final trip. Who's making it to the Premier League? Well, Sunderland. They end up beating Sheffield United in the cup final at Wembley thanks to a late goal. Congratulations to Sunderland. They're finally back in the Premier League after several years away. I do worry, though, about what that squad's going to look like and how they're going to do next year. They just got rid of Joe Bellingham to Dortmund. I'm very concerned. I'm very concerned about how this Sunderland team's going to do next season because they are rough right now. They really got to get to work in the season, in this summer's window, ahead of next season. 3 teams up, 3 teams down, 3 more teams down from the championship down to League One. Plymouth Argyle dropped down, kind of bouncing back and forth. It seems like kind of stayed. That's sort of like where they're going to be for now. Cardiff City, former Premier League side, ends up dropping all the way down. They were in the Premier League not too long ago. They dropped back down to League One. Luton Town, though. Luton has suffered back-to-back relegations. Feels so bad for them. I think the last team to do it was Sunderland a few years ago. They just didn't have the squad backing to just stay up. Again, they're just dropping twice. It's rough. It's awful for them. They had a great run, great story to get all the way up. That money's going to really help them try and get back to the championship the following season. I think they could probably do it. But just, it's a tough day. Hull City survive on the final day, final couple days. Big results, big wins, last-minute goals for Hull City. They end up surviving. But the 3 teams going down: Luton Town, Plymouth Argyle, Cardiff City. League One, where there's a lot of controversy and a lot of speculation. 2 teams coming up, not a lot of fans of them at the moment. You see, Birmingham City practically bought their way to the championship. Tom Brady, one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history, part owner, and he splashed the cash. He opened up his checkbook. Birmingham City spent £35 million out of League One on transfers. They spent $18 million alone on Jay Stansfield, a striker who doesn't even finish as the Golden Boot winner. You see, that £35 million, that's more than every team in League One and every team in the championship bar one. They spent more money than every team in the league above them but one team. That's incredible. They spent so much money. I don't know how their balanced books are even a thing, but it's just an outrageous amount of money from them. Wrexham, they also get promoted. That's 3 straight promotions from them. Again, they're spending that money. Ryan Reynolds, Rob McElhenney, that Hollywood cash, they're spending it. They go from National League to League Two to League One, now to the championship. Good for them. They were smarter with their money spending this year. They got to be extra smart going up into the championship. It's going to be a huge gap. They need to close that gap as best they can. They probably will. They're smart. Players want to play for them. They're going to get guys in. They're going to be smart with how they're spending this cash. They're going to probably stay up in the championship. I don't expect them to go up to, again, to the Premier League. That gap is massive from the top of the championship to the bottom to the Premier League. It's going to take them a few years, but I expect them to hang around the championship slash League One for the next couple of seasons. Joining those two, though, Charlton Athletic win the playoffs. They win at Wembley. Another solid game, a fun game. They get through. Charlton Athletic, another former Premier League side, bouncing around the middle of the tables, finally get that promotion back to the championship. Hopefully, though, they can stay. Now, League One, relegation, League Two, National League, things get really weird. League One to League Two, 4 teams go down, 4 teams come up. Crawley, Bristol Rovers, Cambridge, and Shrewsbury all drop from League One to League Two. It's weird. I don't understand. You got 4 teams dropping from League One to League Two. League Two, the championship, there's only 2. Somebody messed up the numbers. I feel like that's what it seems like. It's weird, but it's how it's always been. It's how it's been for a long time at least. So you got the 4 teams down: Crawley, Bristol Rovers, Cambridge, Shrewsbury. Now, who's going up? Who's replacing them? Let's talk about the League Two. Season was a fun one. Looking at the table, now granted, I didn't get to watch much of it, but you look at the table. Doncaster wins the title, 84 points. But then you got Port Vale, 80. Bradford City, 78. Walsall's at 77. Even Wimbledon at 73. I mean, you got four teams in there fighting for those automatic spots, promotion spots, and that league title all the way up until the final couple weeks. I mean, incredible run, incredible season. I'm sure it was kind of heart-wrenching for some, and just relief and jubilation for others. But Doncaster, Port Vale, Bradford City get those automatic spots, and then you get Walsall, Wimbledon, Notts County, Chesterfield all in the playoffs. Who wins the playoffs? Wimbledon. AFC Wimbledon gets in the playoffs on their march back to the top. They end up winning the playoff final at Wembley. They get that promotion back to League One. Now, like I said before, championship or League Two to the National League, only 2 teams go down, 2 go up. Carlisle, Morecambe both go down. Morecambe had a really rough year. Carlisle did not have a great year. Both of them just conceded goals like crazy. And they go down. It's going to be really hard for them to get back up, but both of them have gone up a lot recently. They could probably do it again. So don't be shocked to see those 2 back in the EFL leagues next season. But those 2 going down means 2 more coming up, 2 more sides that have been up and down recently, one of which is a former Premier League team, Premier League founding member, Oldham Athletic, back into the EFL leagues, back into League Two this upcoming season. And then Barnet, another side that's been up and down recently, are back in the EFL leagues, back in League Two. I'll be interested to see if they can actually finally make a stay in the EFL leagues and stay in League Two. That was my quick summarization of the top 4 leagues of England for this 2024-25 season. If you guys are still here, thank you so much for watching the video. Please subscribe. Please share the channel. Share this video. Help get me off the ground. This is my first video, so thank you so much for joining in, watching in. Please follow all my socials, my X, my Instagram, my TikTok. Everything is up on the screen right now. So please share this video. Go follow me on all the socials. Go share everything. Help me get going. Help me get off the ground. And until next time, thank you.